Have you been thinking about visiting or living in Douglasville, Georgia?
Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Douglasville, Georgia.
Stay tuned.
Hello everybody, this is Gamalier, broker realtor with Sturgis Realty Group.
And I'm Alan Rios, the realtor with Sturgis Realty Group here in Metro Atlanta.
And today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living and visiting Douglasville, Georgia.
Yeah, Douglasville is one of those growing cities, Gamalier. It's a suburb of Metro Atlanta, and we've seen tremendous population growth in just a short period of time.
Yes, definitely. And when we talk about Douglasville, we have to talk about location.
Yeah.
Douglasville located only 20 miles away from Atlanta, Georgia. The main freeway that takes you from Atlanta to Douglasville is 20 west and 20 east.
Yeah, and the population of Douglasville has grown, as I mentioned. Back in 2000, their population was right around 20,000, right?
Yes.
And then in 2020, their population grew to 35,000, close to 60% population growth.
Yes, obviously it's a city that's been growing and it continues to grow.
Yes, for sure.
And some of the people that people know, that known people around, that they're from Douglasville, obviously we have Tyler Perry, which is known as an actor, producer, director, and screenwriter. It actually has one of his main home located in Douglasville.
And a lot of people probably don't know, but this rapper, producer, fashion designer, and even former presidential candidate was born in Douglasville. That's Kanye West.
Yes.
Hey.
Amazing information. And now we're going to get you started with the pros. Obviously, every city has the pros and cons, and we want you to be informative if you're coming to visit, or if you're thinking about buying a home there. Number one pro
has to be affordability, and that's where we come in, right? When we're showing homes around the Douglasville area, prices on average are pretty affordable in the area.
It is. Obviously, when we talk about the overall, the median price currently in Douglasville for active properties to buy currently right now in 2022 is actually $312,000 for the median price in Douglasville.
Yeah, so when we talk about median prices, I mentioned before in our other videos, 50% of the home prices are below that, 50% are above that. And right now, the lowest priced home, single family home that we have in the Douglasville area is right around $118,000, Gamalier.
That's actually, obviously, keeping in consideration other prices around downtown Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, it is very affordable there. And obviously that's a home that needs a little bit of work.
Yes, it definitely does.
This definitely is started home that probably needs a little bit of work and put some grease and elbow and some repair and cosmetic.
Yeah.
But it's to give you the lowest available in the market. Now the highest in Douglasville currently.
And this is a standalone. It's like nothing else close to this price.
We're talking about over 18,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And this is for $6.9 million. Obviously, this is something that is not very common in Douglasville, that price range. Most of the luxury market there, we're talking about
high six figures, maybe low 1 million.
Correct, yes. So just to give you a sample, we want to give you a sample what's the lowest and highest and the median price, but this is definitely a very affordable city to live.
Yeah, for sure. It is very affordable. All right, let's go to the next pro. Number two happens to be schools, Gamalier.
Schools are great there. Obviously, that's a great thing. Obviously, every house, every city that is tied up to a good school system that will help you in the long term to obviously appreciation and maintain a good demand, because obviously every family needs a good school.
Yeah, you want to send your kids to a great school for a great education. And one of the high schools that really stands out is Chapel Hill High School, right? When you look at their statistics, I mean, their graduation rate's well above 95%, and they really prepare their students for college. They have a very good rate of sending their students to the college level. So that's something to consider.
They have won a lot of academic awards too. So, but obviously you also have Alexander High School, and you also have South Paulding High School also.
So you have different choices out there to choose from. All right, we'll go to number three, and this happens to be Gamalier's favorite. Restaurants and shopping. Hey, I love restaurants as well. So I'm included in that.
And you know, we love to eat, so let's talk about one of my favorite restaurants in Douglasville, and it's located in the downtown Douglasville. It's actually Gabe's. It's a New Orleans restaurant known for, you know, the shrimp and grits. If you go there, you definitely have to try. Also have great seafood, calamari also. They have some excellent food, so you definitely have to try it. obviously Douglasville has been developing and actually grown a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah, that downtown district, and we actually have a Douglasville video, so definitely check it out. But we go more into detail on the downtown district area, but that area has really grown and they've got some great restaurants. And one of my restaurants that I love to go to is Gumbo's Cajun Cafe, another New Orleans style restaurant. They don't take reservations, so you have to line up before they open up, and you'll see the line, especially on the weekends.
Definitely, that's some great food.
Yes.
Some great gumbo. And obviously also when we talk about shopping,
yeah.
you have Arbor Mall, which is a
Arbor Place Mall, yeah, it's a huge mall.
Pretty big mall in
Yeah.
Douglasville. So if you need to do some shopping, you have obviously all the main stores like Target. You know, you got a lot of the shopping that goes around. So
Yeah.
you don't have to get out to another city to shop. You can do all
No.
your shopping locally in the Douglasville area.
Yeah, they've got all the major department stores, anchor stores there in the mall, but then outside of the mall, they have a lot of individual shops to go to you know, shop for clothes or whatever, furniture, things like that. So it's a one-stop place.
Yeah, you got your Starbucks if you like
Yeah.
great coffee, your Dunkin' Donut or whatever.
Exactly.
And obviously you got a lot of the good places around. But obviously now we're going to move into number 4.
All right, number 4 happens to be easy access to Atlanta. Hey, we are located right off of I-20, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
it's so easy to jump on there, and that's a straight shot right into downtown Atlanta, Gamalier.
Yeah, the great thing about Douglasville is located in such a great place that you actually don't have to jump in the freeway either. You can actually go to the back street and it will
Yeah,
take
you
you
could do that
directly
too.
to the airport
Yeah.
or to downtown. But you have 20 that takes you directly pretty quickly into downtown.
And close to the
in
airport.
the area.
As you mentioned,
Yes.
you know, if you want to fly international or domestic, I mean, you have Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport there, and that's like 20 to 30 minutes away. So easy access to downtown, easy access to the airport. That's the reason why it's one of our pros.
Definitely. And number 5 has to be
It's the parks, Gamalier.
Oh,
I mean, this city
one of my
has a
favorite too.
lot of outdoor activities. If you love to be outdoors, the park system there is fantastic.
It definitely is, and they have one park in particular that is known, a lot of people know, and that is the Sweetwater Creek.
That's my favorite park. It's my favorite park in Metro Atlanta. I'm going to tell you right now. This park has some of the great wooded trails. They have about 9 miles of wooded trails, and Sweetwater Creek is the reason why they call it the park. Runs right through the park, and that is an active
Beautiful.
stream or creek, I should say, and that water moves very rapidly. So it's a beautiful scene. It feels like you're so far away from Atlanta, but yet so close.
Yes, that's a beautiful park, Alan. And another park, obviously, that is known to the area, that's local to the area, is Hunter Park, which is one of the largest
Yes.
park there. And obviously, they have a lot to do there. They have over seven tennis court. They have a softball field. They also have a basketball.
Little
If you like to
basketball,
play
yeah.
basketball, they have a lake.
Yep.
And they even have a disc park also that you could play there. So there's a lot
Disc
to
golf,
do.
yeah, that's pretty big
Yes.
around here. And another park, Boundary Waters Park, they've got an aquatic center there. So if you want to swim indoors, you can do that here. And they also have some competition that you can take place inside that aquatic center. They've got an outdoor pool, they've got horse and walking trails as well. So it's another great park to visit here in the Douglasville area.
There's so many pros, obviously, that we had to come up with 5, but there's so many more. So definitely there's
Yeah.
a lot of pros in Douglasville. But now, obviously, we have to talk about the cons,
Dun dun dun.
give you the reality of the city, and for you to compare, and for you to learn. And then all the information we came out here, obviously, is from our previous customers, also from the knowledge that we know about the area, and also
Our
the
experience,
statistics
yeah.
and the statistics that we did the research. So let's start with the number 1 cons.
Okay, the number 1 con I find being a realtor is when we take clients out, the lack of condos that are available in the Douglasville area. And, you know, with the downtown district really growing, there's very limited amount of condos that are close by where, you know, people can just walk to restaurants or shops.
Yes, and what I see also is a lot of young professionals coming into living into Douglasville, and they don't want to buy a whole single home. They want a
Yeah.
smaller space that they could handle less maintenance, less cost and utility. So we definitely, there's a lack of condos, and I would like to probably see that in the future taken in consideration by the city. So that way they could see a lot more professional coming in
Yep.
and be able to live there. And also condos makes it more affordable too.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, as one of the pros, affordability, the single family homes they have around there are rather affordable.
Correct.
So that's part of the reason. But having condos closer to where all the action is would definitely help the situation.
Definitely. Now we're going to move into number 2.
Yeah, number 2, we looked at the statistics, and crime is one of the ones we're highlighting here as one of our cons. And now, when we talk about crime in Douglasville, we're talking about a few pockets here and there in the Douglasville area. Douglasville is a large city, Gamalier.
It is, and obviously every large city has its challenges. Overall, you know, when you talk about Douglasville, you visit Douglasville, it feels pretty safe city downtown.
Yeah. When you go in downtown,
and you go around area and you go shopping on the mall. But overall, there's some pockets, obviously being a big city, that they have a higher crime. So overall, when you look at the statistic of the city, it shows that they have a pretty high crime compared to other cities. But a lot of places in Douglasville are pretty safe places to be.
Sure.
And you will feel pretty safe also.
Yeah, they got some rural areas where you can go out and have a lot of land, a lot of space from you and your neighbor. Those areas are relatively quiet. As we mentioned, just a few pockets here and there. And you know, those statistics show a higher than average crime rate, and that's the reason why we put it as one of the cons.
Yes. And the number 3 has to be
the train. You love the train, Gamalier. When we talk about the train, we're talking about 2 things. Combination of the noise coming through with the horn. You know, when you hear that train horn, take a look at the train behind us, Gamalier, right? When you see a train like that coming at you, I mean, that can be intimidating, but it also slows down traffic.
Yes, and that's particular, obviously, Douglasville, that crosses over the downtown area and also to the Chapel Hill area. A lot of times, obviously, once you have that train going through the middle of the city, it does create a lot of traffic.
It does.
But also, if you live close to the train station, to the train rails, you have to make sure you have some good windows.
Yeah, if you live nearby, make sure you have a soundproof home, right?
Yes.
If you're sensitive to the train horn. All right, we're gonna go to number 4. Speaking of transportation, lack of public transportation.
And yes, that's something obviously that also a lot of the suburbs, places, cities in Atlanta struggle, and because obviously, especially here in Douglasville, you don't have a train system that connects you.
Yeah, you don't have MARTA that takes you straight into downtown Atlanta. I mean, they have limited bus system there here in Douglasville. Otherwise, you definitely need a car here.
Definitely need a car. If you want to be connected and go to places in Douglasville or go to downtown, you definitely need to have a car. It's definitely a good idea to have a car there.
And this is going to lead to our number 5 con. When there's a lot of cars, you have a lot of traffic.
Obviously, that's something that we obviously, when you hear Atlanta, the first word that people talk is
traffic. Oh yeah, that is the number 1 con in Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta is growing tremendously. We're getting people from all over the United States and even outside the United States moving in. So we constantly grow and we're expanding. And when you expand and have all these vehicles on the road, you're going to deal with traffic.
Well, overall, what we see in Douglasville compared to other cities is that it's in the peak time. It's typically in the morning, early in the morning, when people are going to work or coming after work. But overall, if you go during the day, you're not going to have no traffic.
Yeah.
It's particular time of the day, and obviously also because if you jump in 20 west or 20 east, going 20 east specifically towards the downtown area in specific time, you're going to have some traffic there also.
And the traffic occurs especially when you're getting off the exit ramps off of I-20 and the congestion as you get closer into Douglasville. But once you get past that, smooth sailing.
So overall, obviously, Douglasville has a lot more pros. It's a great city to live.
For sure.
It's very definitely affordable
when
you talk about real estate. And obviously, if you're thinking about buying a home there, or considering Douglasville, you're visiting it for the day, these are some of the things that you should keep in mind.
Hopefully that information has been helpful for you if you're looking to visit or live in the Douglasville, Georgia area. If you have in the past, please comment below. We would love to see what your pros and what your cons are of the city of Douglasville.
And whether you are someone who's thinking about investing in property, this is a city definitely you have to keep in mind, affordability. Or you're a first-time buyer looking for a particular place that is affordable, a good place to live, definitely consider Douglasville.
All right, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll talk to you next time.
Have a great day.